Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Scrap Squad Sunday. And this week it's first of all, they're back to weekly lifts. Every Friday they'll post a lift, and then every Sunday I'll do it live. So for today, being Easter Sunday, I'm gonna do an Easter layout. This is the original post that we are to lift, and you can see the little die cut Easter bunnies here, just cut out of pattern paper with a lot of embellishments kind of around the photo and on top of the bunnies. And then there's a little bunny that's face front and an arrow here, an arrow there, and some little embellishments around there. And it's all on a background of like an aqua diamond pattern paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use probably my favorite collection ever in the world. And I've probably said that about 3 or 4 collections, and I apologize, but I'll give you some samples of it. It's a little yellow bicycle collection called Hello Spring. And I've got these few pages left. I guess I have a few more. You may recall from recent layouts I've used this one, and this is one of my favorite pattern papers ever. And it's just got so much detail and so much personality. These papers also are finished with a fine kind of a linen texture, and they're just gorgeous. So my background paper is from that collection. It's the B side of this butterfly page, and I have another butterfly page so I can fussy cut those butterflies or use them in the page like that. But I'm using the yellow side, and it has this little tiny row of irregular white polka dots there, and then smaller white polka dots in the field here. My photo is this one. It's a filtered edit of a long ago photo of the kids with their Easter baskets. And there's Allie, Katie, Ava, and Barrett, and they all have their baskets. And I've matted these photos on both the collection that I showed you and this 8.5 by 11 paper. It's double-sided paper. I have no idea where or when I got it, but this one has pink bunnies, and then there's, so I've got that. There's another one that has green bunnies and then pink on the other side. So I've just kind of used those. I had some scraps, and I used the kind of aqua scrap there. So that's, the photo's gonna kind of go slightly off center. And then instead of those die cut bunnies that are cut out of pattern paper, since there are 4 little bunnies here, Ava's got her little bunny ears on, and Katie does too, I have filled some shapes on my word processing system with the kids' current pictures. There's Allie and Ava and Katie. Let's see, have that happen. And I'm going to, I've also done this, not sure if I'm going to use that one, not sure what it will look like. It has purple and yellow, and there are reds both in Katie's hair and Barrett's shirt and on some of the other papers. I'm also using an Echo Park collection called Happy Easter, maybe Hoppy Easter. And I've fussy cut this basket and this bunny that I thought I could use over here. Here's Barrett's bunny rabbit, so I could kind of do them that way and have this little guy kind of peeking out from behind them. And then in some of when I brought the photos in, I wanted to make sure I got their full faces. And in most cases I did. Allie's I kind of didn't, but at least I didn't remove either of her eyes. So we'll kind of call that a success. And I thought this, which was fussy cut from one of the cut apart cards in the Echo Park collection, I thought I'd let that be the title. I have some miscellaneous things here. I fussy cut some small Easter eggs, and I've made a tag or a tab, and I can either use it on the purple side or the kind of pink side. This pink side kind of goes with some of the colors in this strip that I'm going to use. There's a strip paper that is purple on the other side. I've got this Hello Spring that can act as a word strip. I also have this collection of spring and summer letterboard icons, and this is where they came from. I've taken out this bunny rabbit that I thought may be able to go somewhere on there, and this little purple striped Easter egg, and these little bits of greenery. And I've got some arrows and other things that I may or may not use. So I'm going to set these things aside, start putting it together with some of the larger items, the more important items first. I have this journaling, and one of the ideas I had was that I could kind of slide the journaling behind the photo, adhere the photo just on the sides, and they're not quite sure where I'm going to put it, or maybe down in here. I love the strip paper, and I like the way this purple contrasts with the yellow, so I thought I'd put this down here, and that's maybe the first thing I'm going to do. The purple side here is just maybe one of my favorite shades of purple that occurs in scrapbooking products, and that may be why I like that little yellow bicycle collection as much as I do. So that's there. It actually looks like it's part of the pattern paper. And I've got this matted. These first 3 layers are matted, and then I did foam, and I've got another layer. I think I'm going to do some more foam and let that kind of pop it up, because I may have some, you can see the back of that purple paper has those strips, and fortunately I have another sheet of that. Not sure how I will use it, but I'm guessing that I'll use partly the strips and partly the purple. I'm just going to kind of slightly move it over to the left here, and then I'll just deal with whatever that leaves me. Okay, I know I want, I have 2 of the bunnies facing this way and 2 of them facing the other way. I know I want both of these over, of course, on this side. Maybe I can do that and then have alleys. Let me just kind of start. I'll have alleys up at the top because there's less of her face showing, so I want more of her bunny showing, just if that makes any sense at all. So I'll do this there, and Barrett's bunny, if I kind of it over there, and I'm going to adhere it at the bottom so that I can scrunch this down, kind of slide that in. Maybe I'll do this. Okay, and let's see if I can make this work. I'll have him. I can't put him any way that both of his eyes show. So I'll have him just kind of peeking up. Oh, why don't I do this? That's cool. I like that. So I'm going to claim the good idea prize for that. Let's see. Okay, and let me put Barrett's bunny ears there. I'm going to do something to make these ears stay up to show that dimension. I'll put a small pop dot behind each one, and while I'm inserting the pop dot, I'll kind of hold it up so that will go that way. And I think they've done that in the original, something similar anyway. Let's put this guy a little closer to the top so the ears kind of curl up. Each ear curls up differently. Okay, so that's cute, and then I can add something like, for instance, this basket. That's kind of cute. I'm going to do something similar to have the top of the basket kind of curling up. And I'll insert it this way so it doesn't really cover any of Barrett's face. Okay, so that's good there. Let's do Ava's here, and I'll maybe do these on a little bit different line. Do this. There. And then I'll maybe move this one down. I gave, to be honest, I gave a little bit of a shot of kind of trying to place these things before I started filming, and I just couldn't figure out how it might work. I've got this little bunny here that if I put it like this, it doesn't, I just really feel like I want to use it. But I don't want it to take anything away from the ones with photos in them. Okay, this is something that needs to be raised, and that's going to be my title, and it'll kind of go up this way. I was maybe going to have this come in. I may not do that. Let me see if it works there. Now I've got this little bunny that could maybe work right here, and if I kind of have the embellishments going up that way, that might work. Let me do this. I've got a bit of foam here. What I'm doing is I cut, because they're letterboard, plastic letterboard figures, they have a little stem that allows you to stick them in. Let me see. Here's one I haven't removed, so you should be able to see that. I used my non-fussy cutting scissors to trim that down. And then I use a little foam, and it kind of sticks into the foam, then I attach it, and it really has a lot of nice dimension there. Okay, let me come in here. Let me do the let me see. I think I have attached that so that I can't slide this under there, and I can't slide it under here either. So what I will do is I will attach it to the back by using a scrap of paper like this. Let's see. I want this to kind of show. Is that the top? Yep. That's the top. So maybe have it down here. Let me do that measuring again. Do it there, and it's kind of stuck there, and if I put a tab on this, like maybe I could attach this to there, and that would stick up above there. Okay, so that goes there. It makes it hidden journaling. It kind of talks about how the kids have grown up, and there's no Easter this year, no Easter egg hunt or anything. There wouldn't be even if they were younger, but let's see where did I have that? I know I had it a bit down here, so that Barrett's face wasn't covered. Okay, there. Now, I have this which can go, oh, okay. Let me go back and do this. I've decided that I'd like to do this on the pink side, and I want it maybe overlapping that purple part. So there, and if I can find maybe that would be a good place to put this little Hello Spring, which is the title from the Little Yellow Bicycle paper. I just fussy cut it off of the branding strip. Okay, there, and then I kind of like the idea of maybe that guy being up there atop the photo. As you can see, I'm kind of going off book with this. I fussy cut that from a yellow, from some yellow paper, and it's a different yellow from the Little Yellow Bicycle. That's from the Echo Park paper. Let's see. I want to put a tiny bit of glue there. And it's overlapping not only the photo, it's bridging not only the photo, but all of those levels of matting. Okay, I have these little bits of greenery that kind of mimic what's in the original. There's some bits of greenery coming out of the edges here. So let me put a bit, this is on a rather tall, rather thick pop dot. So maybe I'll just use it here and it'll overlap one of the bunnies, and then I can do some eggs around there. I want to include this arrow, and I haven't cut the lead off. It's about the same shade of pink, or it's a similar shade of pink to the, and there's room for some eggs right in here. Similar to this tag up here and the pink butterflies that are down in this strip that I used at the bottom. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Okay. I'm going to place it here. And then I want to use this egg. What I'm doing is using the larger, thicker, more dimensional plastic pieces. Where can I use that? Maybe up here, kind of tucked under there. Let me kind of do that. Okay. And that gives those leaves a little bit something to, it may be sticking up too much. But I think I'm going to leave it there because when it goes in the page protector, it'll adjust and kind of press that down to where I want it to be. I have I found this as I was going through some stuff for Calvin Ball, and this is a die-cut, stitched egg from a Lawn Fawn, I think it's Lawn Fawn Easter die set, and I didn't use it for whatever project I made it for, so I thought maybe I could kind of sneak it in here. I'm thinking maybe right in here might be good. Let me raise this guy's nose and see if I can, see if it works there. Okay, I like that, and I think I don't really need any glue on it as long as I've got it stuck there, and that allows me to change my mind. Here's another arrow that is, I don't want it pointing right back at that arrow. I may elect not to use it, but actually I'm going to kind of, I know what I'll do. I'll put it there. Going to see if that, yeah. I'll be sorry I did this in this order, but here we go. I'm going to have it pointing to the title, the Hoppy Easter title. Okay, and here is a less obvious arrow. It's in acrylic and it's yellow. And so I'm going to overlap the photo with it. And since this is not a particularly interesting part of the photo. That's okay. What this is behind here, it looks kind of interesting in this, with this filter. That's the door to the garage, and it used to, it doesn't anymore, but it used to hold all the kids' artwork and, you know, schools and school papers and awards from school and things like that, kind of when the refrigerator ran out of room. Okay, so I'm going to put these down here. I have another couple of arrows that I will not use, but I do have another of these little bits of greenery, and I'm going to try to put it in a different spot. The other one was down here. I'm gonna kind of put this one right there, and I'll do some eggs. Now I'm trying to decide which of these gets a pop dot and which of them does not. I'm going to maybe do an overlapping set of eggs kind of right in here. Just varying the colors a bit. Let's see, 2 polka dots. I'll do another stripe here, and I'll let this one go underneath. Well, actually, no, I'm going to do a pop dot and let it overlap these. I'll do that, and let's see where else I might want to put a little grouping of eggs like that. Maybe right in here, and you can see this from the same paper collection. These eggs have the same pattern as those that are in the basket, so this will look like maybe one that fell out of the basket. And I think I'll use the 3 heart ones to go there. Well, actually, I'm going to add this aqua one, and I'll let it be flat because there's a lot of dimension right in that area, and I don't want it to compete with actually, I'll let it kind of sit there and kind of overlap that. That actually adds some dimension. Okay, where else do I maybe want eggs? I have 3 left, and I could put them up by the tab. Kind of here. I'll do a little tiny piece of foam on this one and let it kind of overlap the matting in a different place. Okay, but it touches. And then this can go on the back. Okay, let me get that further down. Maybe I'll have it underlapping as well. And actually, I really liked the contrast of that working there. Okay, so I'll leave that there. All right, I think I'm done. As I said, I have the journaling. The only two bits that I got out that I might want to use are these two arrows. And I could kind of do that one like that. I think I will. Just because I don't want to have to put it back. And I've just been doing some organizing. I'll let that, see, it's going to stick there, but I'll have it overlapping and pointing to the Hello Spring. And then this one can go towards my artwork bunny. This is a filtered version of a photo I took of some color burst, Ken Oliver's color burst. Okay, I did have a couple tags, and I think there's another set of tags I had pulled out, but I think we're done. I am gonna look around a bit to see if I can find where that was. I ended up using my banner for my hidden journaling, and I've got my bright and colorful page, and hopefully that's right in camera range. I'm gonna check it out to make sure you can see it all. Let me turn it to the right angle for you, and we'll pull it down so you can see the top. There's nothing much going on up there, but that's my finished page. It looks nothing at all like the original, but was clearly inspired by it, and I love it. So happy Easter to you all if you celebrate Easter, and happy Scrap Squad Sunday regardless, and I'll see you next week. So bye.